Hey guys, what's up? Drazze here, and I am playing on my Minecraft single-player world. And today I'm just going to show you guys a bit of a new series I want to start up, and I wonder if it's going to be successful or not. But yeah, so this is my single-player world. I keep adding things to it. There's a similar theme, but I'm trying to add towns and dungeons and stuff. But my ultimate goal is to make it kind of an RPG-ish kind of thing, and it kind of went slowly over time, and I built things slowly over time. So yeah, this is just a small, very small part of the world. This is the Hunters Guild, where using this command block, using these commands, I would go back for you. Yeah, these commands right here. I'm able to create villagers, which will trade me different things for a custom amount of gold. There is a currency system, and I am currently working on it so that you can also level after a certain amount of kills and gain experience after that. This is pretty much a wide variety of the maps. Unfortunately, they're not in order, but this is like the most would represent the circular dimensions of the world. So yeah, so to get started, this is the Hunter's Guild. It's my latest thing I think I built, and let's go down to this cave. Alright, so we're back, and so this is the cave. You may or may not notice it. I'll tell you at the end what this cave was inspired me by. There's multiple spawners and such. This is one of my first dungeons I actually finished. It's a really small dungeon. It's something with like I don't know, it's kind of I really enjoyed building it because of what I based it off of, and it was just a really fun map to build. There's a cage of creepers, and yeah, going through the dungeon, as you can see, it's kind of just leveling off, and it's not the same as the dungeon from the actual game. And I created a boss using command blocks, which will be this guy, Sygus the Dark, who has a really powerful axe, and he is in diamond armor with a coal block head. He will walk out once he feels ready. There's a bunch of case fires, and it's kind of a nice boss room. I also made it kind of like trapdoors go down here, but there's nothing that goes there yet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the this dungeon, this section. So anyway, my ultimate goal is to make a huge map, kind of an RPG-ish kind of thing. There won't be much of a storyline yet because that takes a lot of development. I'm really kind of bad at making stories. I was hoping that I could get a community together or a small group of people that would make the stories for it if I could produce the actual landmarks and structure. So yeah, that dungeon right there, if you didn't know, was based off of an MMORPG called RuneScape. I'm sure it's very popular. A lot of people don't like it, but it was fun to build, and I just thought it would be fun to build. Anyway, moving on, we have my one of my first things I started playing here, which was in which is Valengard, Fort Valengard rather. Before we go in, this is the horse stable. You could exchange 30 gold for diamond horse armor. I was gonna make a horse egg, but I had problems with the coding, so I didn't do that. There's just a bunch of horses out here, nothing really fancy. So yeah, these are the outside walls. They're all kind of the same. Just simply going through a brief walkthrough. There's the farm. There's the church. There's a smithery, which is kind of cool. There's a courtyard. This is kind of the main market area. I have a lot of iron golems and villagers in here because, you know, that's why. Here's another market area. It's kind of a backstreet market with a water fountain. And here's a factory. This is a cake factory. Imports and exports. There's the chickens for eggs, cows for milk, cocoa beans at the end. It's kind of a cool thing. Really simple, guys. If you want to make one of these, it's kind of neat. Just pull this lever, and then you can replant it after. Then you grab a bunch of cocoa beans, and you can grab chocolate. Oh, it starts to rain. Weather, sun. Oh, it's clear, not sun. Clear. Okay, so this part right here is the barracks for the soldiers. There's a little theater. It's just a bit of room I had left because I kind of built these in sections and quarters. But yeah, so moving on to this side, this is kind of a normal class citizen area, and then there's a richer class area with a great hall right there, and there's just kind of a dock area with a medievalish lighthouse. I tried to make it medievalish as possible. This is the Wizard's Tower, which is actually just full of witches right now. There's a downstairs, and I really enjoyed making this tower. I had a lot of help from Axo801 who helped me with a lot of the beginning structure for this, but I started developing it more later in time. This is a battle arena. I can fully say, this chest shouldn't be here, that I didn't put a lot of effort into this. This was when I kind of didn't import it, but I based it off of an import I made once, and it wasn't the best. There's just a lot of hidden things too in this map, and I wish I could go over them all. Just kind of show you guys a brief overlay of this map. But yeah, so over here is kind of a ruins before the city. It's just there's nothing really here. I wanted to make a dungeon in here perhaps, and yeah. So basically, as I show you around, there's supposed to be a parkour dungeon in here, which I'll just show you the inside of. Basically what I'm trying to show is that I want to start creating like different dungeons and stuff, and I really need inspiration because I need help. I need suggestions what to build first, and I kind of just want requests to how to build these and how I should build them. Not so much as that I'll build them a certain way, or yeah. So this is kind of an end of a dungeon. I never really thought of a boss or anything. I just thought that enters the void, so you enter the end somehow. And there's supposed to be a gas battle, but never really got into that. But so yeah, what I'm hoping is that someone will comment once a week and suggest for something new to work on a project. Because everything I'm going through, I'll mention if there's a dungeon or something. I want to work on those. Or if you guys have a new idea for me, it's kind of a medieval-ish fantasy. And I'm gonna say right now that I may or may not be tolerant to different diversities of timelines. Anyways, moving on to the desert portion. I better give myself an effect. Effect. Drazze 150. That's not gonna last very long. Anyway, so this is like through, obviously, man, look at that impenetrable gate. It's like no one could possibly get around that. It's so amazing. Wow. This is like invincible. It's like the Great Wall of China. This is just a couple of, I had to copy like every single detail. I didn't copy or paste any of these cities in here because, well, I'm kind of lazy and I'm kind of bad with world edit, or I've had bad history with world edit. Anyway, this is a kind of a desert-ish city. So this is kind of like an excavation site right here. It's nice and small. Kind of a good area to this is a minecart room, but I'll go more to that when it gets into the dwarven areas. This is the pyramid area and kind of thing. This is kind of a trade center. I kind of made it so it was trying to be as desert as possible. Again, I haven't finished this, so this can also be on suggestions. There's also a hidden dungeon, or not, it wasn't really hidden. I came here and it was like this. And I could make this a dungeon if you guys requested it. Also, in the pyramid, there is nothing in there. It is seriously hollow on the inside. You may notice these little monuments over here. They're actually all pointing to the pyramid. There's one over there, there's one over there. They all point to the pyramid, and there's 3 of them. So yeah, there's one other thing I created. I was really inspired when the command blocks came out, and you guys may have heard of a game called Super Craft Bros. I'm not going to say that I thought of it first, but the first thing came to mind when they came out. Oh look, the lights came on. So when it's daytime, time set day, the lights will go up. There we go. But yeah, I also thought of a similar idea. It would be only with Dragon Ball Z, and I had a bunch of characters, and you can upgrade. And yeah, so that was Goku's abilities, but this is just infinite, so I guess I'm gonna have this for the rest of the video. But that was my cell arena kind of thing. That was just a little waiting lobby room over there. But moving on. What am I thinking? What am I doing? I'm just trying to show you guys this wonderful world I made. And I just think it's really good for me to start working on projects again, because, you know, I'm pretty bored with Minecraft, and, you know, I haven't got a lot of good footage, and I thought this would be kind of interesting to watch build through. I also wanted to make, like, great docks right here on the sides, and it kind of weirdly clipped because I kind of didn't upgrade the world properly, and there are parts where it doesn't look right, like this part's been clipped. I'm also trying to fix those as well. I've already fixed a bunch in that corner. This is just a lone area. Each city slash I guess you could say township, but they have different source lights. Like at Valengard over there, it's fences and glowstone. These are just netherrack and stone walls. So anyway, moving on, we have a Valley of Death right here, inspired by Death Valley. There's kind of a mountainous range, so your only real options go through here. And if you don't do too well in the parkour, you're going to land in here. And at night, it's pretty hectic because I'm put in a lot, I mean a lot of skeleton spawners. Okay, so moving on. Down to, oh yeah, I spawned a zombie horse. And a skeleton horse. Over here. Center of the world's approximately right here. I don't know how, since I started like way over there. But there is a, this is the point where I thought the province would end, because this is where the 1.8 started kicking in. And yeah, so this is my first one. This is just a little village I made, and I kind of refamished, and yeah, kind of made this like a little hobbit hole. It's a little place, and yeah. So yeah, this is kind of what I want to start on and kind of start developing more. I'm probably gonna need a lot of story rights for it, and it should be a fun thing to do. I mean, I just want to personally have some projects of fun, but just looking for some suggestions. So when I'm building this, I'm not too bored. Again, I've built a lot of things, and I should have recorded, and I haven't, so it'd be a great time to start as well. Alright, now we're going on to the dwarf section. This is probably the second thing I started building, because I'm like, hey, you might as well build this in the same row, right? That's where I got the idea of combining everything. Now, the dwarven area is probably my biggest expansion on working. Like, it was huge. It was a long project. I've not even done this project, so this is another project you could help me focus on. So pretty much this is like a dwarven chasm area where there's a mine, and it's an old abandoned mine. There's a great tree right here, and the river flows down. But I'm just going to give you guys a tiny little tour. So this is a hall, and there's a bunch of coffins, and undead spawn from the coffins. And going through it, this is kind of, you think, oh, it's kind of compact, it's small. King room's here. And this is kind of the main center core of energy I tried to think of. So yeah, this is kind of the power core. There's a bunch of little homes and hovels, and there's a sewer area down there, and it's kind of a cool area to look into. Here, which is originally, because I was supposed to make this an adventure map, it was supposed to be a boss battle, but there's actually nothing behind these doors. So, and I was supposed to place like 3-4 keys, and those would open those doors. So, and moving on to the one of the biggest parts of it is the kind of the like the living place and the market. It's supposed to be a huge, vast area, and that's where these little minecarts come. So every single area to the game can be accessed through these tunnels. So if I want to go back to Valengard, which I think I do, I've got a thing on the way. Is there anything on the way? There is. So I'm just gonna actually go up the iron tree. So the iron tree was up here. And again, there's a lot of things I gotta work on, like names and such, and there's a lot of things I don't actually name. I just enjoy building, and yeah, it's kind of a neat thing. So let's see if we can get up to this tree, because it shouldn't be that far. I mean, it's part of the, yeah, this is part of this track, and oh, I just have one more place to show you guys. There's actually a lot more, and I thought this would just be a great overview of like the basics of it. There's so many hidden things and little things. It kind of makes it all fun to try and explore. I have a little bit of a treat. It's not too much of a treat. Some of you might think it was a treat, but it's kind of something I always go back to because it's kind of like nostalgic. But I'll get to that after I get into the iron tree. Alright. There we go. And we're out. So, next place. One of the final places. We are going to go yeah, new snow. Makes it so it snows up here. It's kind of nice. It's kind of useful. And the weather's, it always rains here. It's like Vancouver. Clear. Anyway, this is again this is the first time I built the object here because I accidentally tried using World Edit, and as I told you, I'm not very good at World Edit. So I built one of these structures because this was actually stone was part of a mountain I tried to build, but it didn't work out too well. So yeah, and it spawned over here. I'm like, hey, I might as well build something on it. So this is one of my first villages I worked on, and it's just a little aqueous town. There's little hidden things underneath there, and it's kind of cool, kind of a nice area to start a quest. And there's a volcano over here. There's a mine down here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for overview. I have many other things in between here. I just went in a giant circle of the basic pathways. There are a lot of things stored inside here, and if there's a lot of space to build, so if you guys have an idea for me to build, please just comment or suggest it. I don't care. Just make it so it's worth my while. I'll probably start my own series. If there's no real suggestions for it, I'll just start building whatever I choose. And a little thing I wanted to show you. I didn't even show you the whole castle, but down here is the castle's personal forgery. And right in here, goofing off from 1.5, is a room. It's a chunk of 1.5, and I imported part of this castle because I was done into here, and beside it was a little shack, and the shack was a mine shack. However, the mine shack underneath was a storage room, and I need to store all the ores that I got. So I decided, hey, you know what, I might as well make a room for it. However, my brother got on, and he unfortunately placed a bunch of things. But I thought I'd keep it. So this area right here, this cobblestone, this wool, is all from 1.5, beta 1.5. It's a small storage room. We didn't know that pigs couldn't spawn without grass, so we're just like, oh, why aren't there any pigs spawning? And yeah, this is pretty much it. I never know what that sign says, but it did say something before. It's a tiny room. Iron doors still work. But yeah, that was pretty much it. And so anyways, that series is going to be starting soon. I thought I'd show you guys a bit of my single player world. And this has been Drazze, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.